Happy Friday, everybody. Today we are looking at the Microtrains Runner Pack for BNSF 50-foot boxcars. All right, so a bit of a surprise with this particular runner pack. I picked this up a while ago from Lombard Hobby. They always have generally the lowest prices on this type of stuff, and I got a pretty good deal on these. And I was honestly a little surprised with the product that I got. I have quite a few 50-foot Microtrains boxcars, and these are a departure from the normal boxcar that you're used to seeing. I was surprised. These have body-mounted couplers and just standard Microtrains trucks after that, and opening doors on the side. And I've been looking for some BNSF cars to run on my layout, and so I thought these would be a good addition. And honestly, since I've got them, I've really enjoyed them. They've been excellent, and to be quite honest, I have yet to have a derailment with any of these, and I put them through a lot of circumstances. So let's go ahead and zoom in, take a look at these, and then we will talk about my experience. So now we're up close and personal. I was really impressed with the quality of these cars. I've sung the praises of Microtrains 50-foot boxcars for a while. They all tend to look really nice, but these are a step above the quality of some of the other ones I've had. And these are a relatively new release, but let's get in a little bit closer and just look at some of the fine detail on the door. All of the words are totally legible, and the paint is nice and crisp. They absolutely nail the BNSF kind of brown oxide color that you'll see these boxcars in. I would really love a high cube set of these 50-footers. I think that would be great. As you can see inside, you can see the wood slats. That's all nice detailing. As I slide this to the side here, notice that the panels on the side, the waffle side, you can kind of see the individual ridges as they kind of go down on there. It's a really nice detail and adds a good effect to this. The molding is spot on. There's the bolt and rivet work there at the bottom, and again, as you look at the paint on the side or the lettering and whatnot, everything is super crisp and very legible. Even down here in the bottom left corner, you can read what it says there. And as we pull down here to the other side where you see the old BNSF logo on these, again, everything is super crisp and nice. The added footstep down here as we tip down just a touch is a added detail. It's separate from the frame. It's not a molded on detail, and very thin and very scale. These particular units, as we slide to the side here, I have not seen the need to trim off the hose. They roll through all of my turnouts without getting caught up, and they all have perfect height when you put the gauge on them. So these are very well set up from the factory from Microtrains. As we zoom back out here, I'm going to pull this off of the track. As we turn it, you will see at the top of the car the BNSF logo and numbering, which is nice. And as we flip to this side, you will see the separately applied brake and chain. I don't know if you can quite see that there, but the chain is nice and installed. Top is nothing to write home about, just pretty standard there. Underneath is just like all the other Microtrains. You have your brake canister and air tank, as well as all of the frame detail. Notice that the couplers are body mounted, and we have free-floating trucks. Plastic wheel sets, which honestly, these are the older type of wheels. Now, I would assume these are considered 33-inch wheels. I think this is what is run on the 50-foot boxcars. I have noticed on the 60-foot boxcars from Microtrains, the high cubes that I've gotten, the ones with plastic wheels, the wheels are made with a different compound, and they actually tend to attract grime a little bit more. So I really prefer these other Microtrains wheel sets. I think those 60-footers have 33-inch or 36-inch wheels, but These have a smoother, shinier finish, which may not be the best thing for looks, but they definitely don't pick up as much of the grime from your rails. So something I'm learning as I'm moving into the higher end cars. But let me just slide this one to the side. I'll kind of zoom in back here. Again, all pretty much the same, no difference on them. All of them have the ability to open the doors. One thing I will say about these, very smooth and quiet. They have just the right amount of weight. They're not too heavy, so you can actually put a lot of cars behind these. They don't need a lot of weight in them, and they track really well. So that is nice. Heavy cars are cool. They have some interesting effects on the layout, but not all of your engines have a whole lot of pulling power. So having some cars that run really well and consist with other cars that are light and you don't have to worry about things tipping over or whatnot or derailing is really kind of a nice addition. So right on Microtrains, you guys did a really good job with these and you have them dialed in. Now, as I talk about that, I really want to mention that these things are super fun to switch with, and I've been trying to do a little more switching on my layout. It hasn't been something that I do a whole lot of. I'm really shaky. I have difficulty getting like a toothpick down to decouple things, and with these body mounted couplers, I have noticed that some of them are a little more finicky than others and don't tend to center properly. These particular cars, they always center properly and they easily connect to all my different other cars. These Microtrains couplers that they have on these, I'm sure they're just basically standard, but from whatever run they came from, these things function absolutely flawlessly and they're really easy to get disengaged. So as I've been toying with a little more switching and doing that a little bit more than I used to be more of a, I like to just sit and watch my trains. I'm trying to actively be involved with them now. I have really enjoyed these cars, and I think anybody who does switching is really going to enjoy these cars. As they move in and out of turnouts, through my double crossover, through multiple sets of turnouts where they're S-curving, zero issues. These things track perfectly. They connect well with one another. They connect well with other body mount cars, and they also work flawlessly with cars that have truck mounted couplers. So I can't give a better review than what these cars, how they function, how they look. They are spot on. Some of the best things you can buy. Now, obviously, the detail level could go up, but these are sub $30 cars. You buy the runner pack for $100, so these are $25 cars. For that price point, these are properly put together. And honestly, as I move into those higher ranges, the $30 to $35 cars, I find that they don't run as well as, say, these right here. So the $30 cars need to be held to the standard that these cars come in at. These are $25, have excellent detail, and they run flawlessly with everything. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how nice your car looks. If it doesn't function on your layout, you're not going to use it, and it's basically worthless at that point. I had to do nothing to these to make them work properly, and I can't give Microtrains enough praise. They really got this one right. So, Microtrains, I know you're not listening, but if you ever do, please come out with a couple more sets of these with different road numbers. I would love to have a full train of BNSF cars like this. Also, please, Montana Rail Link. I would love to have these and those, as well as any other road name, road number. Doesn't matter. I would happily buy them. Right on, Microtrains. Appreciate it. Everyone, thanks for stopping by. If you find yourself with a little extra cash, you should go pick these up. They're wonderful. And have a good rest of your week.